Happy National Coming Out Day! Woo! If you don't know what National Coming Out Day is, really quickly, it's basically the day once a year that people come out as not heterosexual cisgender person. That's it. If you are not one of those things, or if you're only one of those things, this is often a day when you're like, hello, I exist. It's also a day to celebrate all the people who have come out before us to make it safer for a lot of those of us who are now coming out, and also to talk about the people who can't come out right now. There's still many places in the world, even in my country, in Los Angeles, in everywhere, where it's not safe to come out. Where if you come out, you risk death. Like that's not just bullying, death. So it's a complicated day. There's a lot of things we're doing, but first I just want to tell you my coming out story. I came out almost exactly 9 years ago, in 2005 when I was 13. I was at a conservative Christian school, and the reaction was about what you would expect at a conservative Christian school. I was told I was going to hell. I was bullied in class by teachers and classmates alike, and it was pretty much a really awful situation. It wasn't the worst, it's far from the worst, but it kind of sucked. But 9 years later, it really doesn't suck. 9 years later, I have a community where I don't even think about pronouns very much. I use gender-neutral pronouns, they, them, or if somebody really has a problem with grammar, I'm like, fine, pick your own invented pronouns if you're really going to complain about it, but use gender-neutral. And I don't really have to think about it because the people in my life who are important to me all remember the right pronouns. And I go to events like LeakyCon, and I'm part of like the Harry Potter fandom and Harry Potter Alliance, and just generally everybody there is really good about pronouns, and also about recognizing that not everybody is heterosexual, and that it's all giant wiggly wobbly mess of whatever. I just like people, I'm a person, and I get to be that, and I don't need to cling to a label because I'm in a safe space where people understand that gender and sexuality and attraction and all of that are very complicated. They're super complicated. It's crazy complicated. Labels were super beneficial to me when I was coming out, and to me it was like, first there was just one label, and then it was like, oh, there's 2 labels, and then you added a 3rd, and a 4th, and a 5th, and it was really exciting because then you're like, oh, I could be any of these things, and then I realized, this is the really exciting part, that not only could I be any one of these 5 points, I could also be anywhere in this space, and I could be kind of like between things, and very multidimensional. That is how gender identity, gender expression, sexual orientation, romantic orientation, aesthetic orientation, sensual orientation, all those different things, they're very complex, and they make up humans who are very complex. And they're not just one thing, they're many things. And it's great, and it's awesome, and I have a community that gets that people are complex and lets me be a complex person. It's really great. So I guess that's my it gets better message. People who live in communities that don't really like complicated humans, it gets better. There's hope, hopefully. I like to think you have hope. And to everybody who is coming out today, because I really don't have anyone to come out to anymore, like pretty much everybody in my life who needs to know knows. To those of you who are coming out today, I applaud you. You are courageous, wonderful, fantastic human beings. You are strong, you are beautiful, you are loved. Whether the people who you are coming out to respond in loving ways or not, there is a community in this world that accepts you and loves you for exactly who you are. And if you are not in that right now, I am so sorry. And I just hope that you get that right now. If you're coming out today, I hope you get that. And if you don't get that, reach out. There are so many different people you can find on the internet, groups, whatever, who are there and will just be like, you're awesome, because you are. Yeah. And to everyone who can't come out today because it's not safe, stay strong. And if you need support, there are a lot of people, including myself, who are proudly, happily, excitedly out and willing to talk to you. If you just want somebody to just say, hey, you're okay, you can talk to people who are on the internet, like, hey, I'm gay, and they'll be like, oh, yes, me too. Yes, you're okay. So find those people, even if they're not directly in your life, just reach out to people and find the support you need, and I hope you all have a wonderful coming out day. Stay awesome, y'all. Bye!